Yeah, I got
delved
my
into some of that stuff.
the 200 level teacher training and
Yeah,
did
that's
that for
very
a little
cool.
while.
What were some of the things that when you did, you have not forgotten that really stuck with you? Is there anything that you learned in those that sort of seemed to?
I think one thing that was really helpful is kind of learning that um, bodies are different. Like people have
Hmm.
different strengths, different weaknesses, different like lengths of arms and legs that may influence how they do a pose. So you can't
Yes.
expect everyone to like look the same way in a pose. I
Right.
think that was a really important thing to learn because I think maybe sometimes new teachers are trying to push everyone to do a pose the same way.
In history, like hundreds or thousands of years ago, when it was in yoga, it was a guru to one student at a time, and
Mm-hmm.
they would instruct to that individual student based on what they needed.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're in the West, right? And you go into a class and you got 20 people in the class, and they're all different, and they all have
Mm-hmm.
different injuries, and all coming from a different, mentality and understanding of their own bodies and all that kind of thing. And yeah, uh, of course, you need to keep some kind of order, right? You want everyone
Mm-hmm.
to do in the same pose, but at the same time, you can't expect everybody to do the pose the same way. The next pose we're working on is called Upavista Konasana. It is a seated forward bend. You can see that Mel has her feet fairly wide apart, separated. And we're going to be using again this coffee table for support, this great yoga prop. I'm going to ask Mel, keeping her legs straight, she's going to bend forward and take her head to the support. Now the thing is, if the support is too close, her chest ends up closing a little bit, her neck gets short. So I'm going to ask Mel, she's going to want to push the coffee table a little bit forward so she can really just rest her forehead on the blankets. And this gives a little bit more release of the lower back. Now even here, with those hips, Mel, you want to keep the outer hips firm and drawing in. Press the inner knees down a little bit. So the outer toes should point directly up towards the ceiling instead of towards the floor. And I know it's a challenge. You'll feel those inner groins get a little bit firm. So this is another very good pose when when you've been very active and you want to quiet the brain down. Using this head support, as you can see, there's a theme here. These forward bends with support of the head induce a quieting of the mind. To remain relatively balanced, I'll ask even here for Mel to switch to the cross of her arms. It's a subtle thing, but it does have an effect on the shoulders. And speaking of the shoulders, as she's bending forward, the shoulders should release down. The flesh of the upper back chest should go away from the neck, from the base of the skull. And as I've had her do before, in order to come out of the pose, to keep her back protected, she uses her arms. She presses the arms down into the coffee table to help you come up. Right? And that is Upavista Konasana, seated forward bend. Another very good one.